With ROCD, one of the most common fears is, what if I cheat? Or if I think that I've cheated, then I should be, that's so terrible. Being dishonest is so terrible. I could never be at peace with myself again because I need to be a so-called good person at all times. And if I'm not, I should be anxious forever. Well, I'm going to be really brutally rational here because it's so important to often flip these beliefs on their head, because that's what you need to do when disputing irrational beliefs. And as we know, look, the results that we get with OCD, the reason we get the results we do is we get in there in depth, because we know well that sort of wishy-washy, light-hearted language when it comes to OCD fears, you can't change OCD with just thinking something, sort of like, just leave OCD there, just leave a thought there. That's a part of it, but that's not enough, right? OCD takes orders from beliefs, not thoughts. You can think, oh, I'm not that scared of it, but if you are, you really believe you are, you're going to feel the emotional response. So we've got to change those beliefs. So let's look at our OCD. So with cheating, right? Well, first of all, if you went back 600-700 years ago, they would, or 1,000 years ago, however far you want to go back, cheating was obviously a sort of a man-made concept that we invented, and we said you should not cheat because we like to have our partners staying with us because of the sort of bonding reasons, and because we believe that and it works for society as well, and we tend to like that. But if you actually broke it down rationally, there's pros and cons to it, of course, because humans do like to have sex with different partners. They obviously do, as do animals, and human nature is just like that. So, but we also like to bond deeply and have families and connect and be with a partner that we love and cherish. So all those things are there too. So there's pros and cons to both, right? It's not just one way. It's not like cheating, if you cheat, you're terrible and it's the worst thing ever. No, there are pros to humans having sexual relationships with others, but then we invented this concept of cheating to protect it. Now, when we invented that, we've obviously got to create fear around it so that people value it. So, because that's what we do with most things. So we tend to be quite irrational about that instead of sort of more rational. More rational would be, I would really like it that we stay faithful together, and we will really try to stay faithful because that would be really great. But if one of us didn't stay faithful, it's not the end of the world. We're not ruined through and through, destroyed. We can still live with ourselves, but we would really like to try and do this for our own bonding benefits. Okay? That would be the rational, but it isn't. In reality, it's, oh my God, they're a cheater. They're terrible. Oh my God, he's a cheater. Oh my God, she's a cheater. Oh my God. And then a sort of ostracized, and we exaggerate it and exaggerate it and exaggerate it. Okay? But in reality, people cheat. Loads. And the world doesn't end. And they're not rotten through and through. They've made a choice and decision. They have decided to do something else. It's not ideal. It doesn't go in line with the bonding situation, but it's not the end of them, and it's not the end of the world. That is rational fact, okay? But it can come as a shock when you've thought all your life, oh my God, that's so bad, because you've been conditioned to think that, right? So you're still proactively working towards having a bonding relationship. You are still proactively doing that, but you're not downing yourself if you cheated, if you decided to get with another person, okay? Why is this so important? People are chronically anxious over ROCD cheating their whole life. And so then you've got to exaggerate these beliefs more and say, like, okay, so how do you feel if you cheated? What do you think it'd be like? Oh, it'd be the end of the world. But then they often don't say that. They often say this. They often say, no, it wouldn't be the end of the world. But they believe it would, but they say they don't believe it would, because these beliefs are so subtle. That's why I say working with OCD, it's very specific, the reason why people are stuck. You've got to look at the layers. Do they believe what they're saying? Do they believe that? Maybe they don't. That's why they're anxious. At the core, there's always an irrational reason. That's why the anxiety cycle's there. So then you look at it, they'll say, no, I can understand someone else cheating, just not me. Okay, so you believe that you should be punished forever with chronic anxiety and chronic guilt, but nobody else. And then they go, Yeah, kind of. Now, so if you had a daughter or a son and they cheated, do you believe that they should be tortured for the rest of their life? Because it is kind of like a torture, chronic anxiety and chronic guilt. No, I wouldn't want that for them. But why do you deserve it? Oh, because I'm 100% responsible. Why? Why can you have compassion for them and not you? And that's the main bit we need to anchor straight into, to show them that they've got no compassion for themselves, but they have for others. Because when it comes to the responsibility element that OCD latches onto, it latches on to that responsibility of I must be responsible 100% of the time. And because I'm aware in my mind of what I do, I'm 100% responsible. So I know every mistake I make, right? And therefore I can't make any mistakes.